It was a day that began like any other, yet ended with a silence that echoed across the globe. The world collectively held its breath, then gasped in disbelief as news broke. Michael Jackson, the undisputed king of pop, was gone. His death, at the age of 50, wasn't from a sudden illness or a tragic accident in the public eye, but a quiet, insidious event behind the closed doors of his rented mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of the Calendar of Crime. Just hours before, on the evening of June 24, 2009, Michael Jackson was vibrant, energetic, and seemingly in his element. He had spent the day at the Staples Center, immersed in rehearsals for his highly anticipated This Is It concert series in London. Witnesses described him as enthusiastic, full of life, and performing with his characteristic brilliance. He hugged his dancers, thanked his crew, and left the venue around midnight, stopping briefly to greet fans outside his Carrollwood Drive home. Little did anyone know, these were his final public moments, a last glimpse of the icon before fate intervened. Back at his mansion, a different kind of drama was unfolding. Michael Jackson, despite his outward energy, battled severe insomnia. For this, he relied heavily on his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, who had been administering a cocktail of sedatives to help him sleep. On the night of June 24th and into the early morning of June 25th, Dr. Murray administered several medications, including Valium, lorazepam, and midazolam, in an attempt to induce sleep. Yet, Jackson remained awake, restless and desperate for repose. As the morning of June 25th dawned, Jackson's pleas for his milk, his term for the powerful anesthetic propofol, grew more insistent. Despite his earlier attempts to wean Jackson off the drug, Dr. Murray eventually succumbed to these demands. Around 10:40 a.m., he administered 25 milligrams of propofol intravenously. This potent sedative, typically used in surgical settings, was given without the necessary monitoring equipment or medical personnel. Dr. Murray stated he remained with the sedated singer for about 10 minutes before leaving the room to use the restroom. Less than 2 minutes later, he returned to a horrifying scene. Michael Jackson was no longer breathing. Panic ensued. Phone logs revealed a flurry of calls made by Murray between 11:18 a.m. and 11:51 a.m., not to emergency services, but to his clinic, a patient and a friend. It was only after these calls, and after allegedly asking a security guard to clear vials of medication from the room, that 911 was finally called at 12:21 p.m. Paramedics arrived at 12:27 p.m. to find Jackson in cardiac arrest. Despite their efforts, and Dr. Murray's insistence on continuing resuscitation in the ambulance, Michael Jackson was pronounced dead at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center at 2:26 p.m. on June 25, 2009. The Los Angeles County coroner later ruled his death a homicide, attributing it to acute propofol intoxication. Dr. Conrad Murray was subsequently charged and convicted of involuntary manslaughter, a tragic end to a life that had captivated millions. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.